In the arid foothills of the Stone Spine Mountains, the village of Althea was dying of thirst. Their only hope lay in Arlo, a brilliant but rigid architect who had designed a magnificent aqueduct. His plan was a marvel of ambition, a perfectly straight, direct channel carved through the foothills to the mighty Veridian River, miles away. Arlo was a man of straight lines. He believed in the power of will. "A true path is a direct one," he would say. "We will force the water to obey our need." The village praised his determination, and work began. For 2 years they carved his unbending line. But as they neared the river, a catastrophic earthquake, known as the Great Shudder, ripped through the mountains. When the dust settled, Arlo and his team were met with a heartbreaking sight. A colossal, unmovable wall of granite had sheared off the mountain, completely blocking their path. But worse, it had also blocked the Veridian River's original, ancient bed. Arlo refused to accept defeat. For the next year, he was at war with the mountain. He tried to drill the granite. The drills broke. He tried to blast it. The dynamite barely left a scratch. He tried to design complex scaffolding to go over it, a plan so costly it would beggar the village. His unbending will had met an unmovable object. He was a man of straight lines in a world that had suddenly, violently curved. Exhausted and defeated, Arlo sat at the base of the granite wall, his perfect blueprint now just a useless, crumpled paper in his fist. He watched the Veridian River. It too had been blocked. For months, it had smashed against the new wall of rock, pooling into a vast, frustrated lake. But as Arlo watched, he noticed something new. The river had stopped fighting. The massive lake, having risen high against the rockfall, had finally found a tiny, new outlet, a small, winding fissure to the south that Arlo had always dismissed as indirect. The water was no longer smashing. It was flowing. It slipped patiently through the new crack, carving a gentle, winding path through the soft earth. The river had not overpowered the obstacle. It had simply made it irrelevant. A profound realization settled over Arlo. He had spent a year trying to force a dead plan, while the river, in its silent wisdom, had simply found a new one. Arlo stood up, walked back to his camp, and unrolled a fresh sheet of parchment. He threw away his straight-line ruler. He began to draw, not with the rigid lines of ambition, but with the soft, humble curves of adaptation. The new aqueduct would not be a proud, straight monument to his will. It would be a winding, patient channel that followed the river's new course. It was a harder build in some ways, but it was in harmony with the land, not at war with it. When the first clean water finally trickled into Althea's village square, the people celebrated Arlo's genius. But Arlo, standing by the fountain, just watched the flowing water. He had learned the river's great wisdom. We cannot control the obstacles that fall in our path, but we can always control our response. True strength is not the force to break the mountain. It is the wisdom to find a new way around it. It is the courage to change your own course.